Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joe, and this is part 2 of how to draw a basic line around a racetrack that you've never been to, or maybe you've been to and you're just looking for a different perspective. If you haven't watched part 1, I recommend that you go back and watch that so that you're up to speed on what we're doing here and how you get to this point. If you've watched part 1, you'll know that we went through the first section of the track. So turn 1 all the way to the left-hander. We'll pick up where we left off, and we'll start here at the right-hander. We'll work through the straight here, through the uphill, and heading towards West Bend. We'll get our markup tools going. So here we are with circle again. I switched to orange. It's a little easier to pick up on the eyes, and I made it a little bit thicker to make it resemble the car's width. Here we are at the right-hander, just after the left-hander. We'll grab our circle, start to resize, trying to find our turn-in, apex, and track out. Looks like we're getting close here. I'll size it up a bit more, and I'm pretty happy with that right there. This being our turn-in, this being our apex, and we'll call that track out right there. We'll start another circle, and for this one, I'm actually going to go easy, and we'll start with our uphill next. I know I'm going out of order, but as you could see, there is a kink in the straight. And I wanted to take some extra time to work on this section because we're going to have to do things a little different. Let's move this around. I'm going to call that good right there. And so now we have our turn in for the uphill, our apex, and our track out. So I'll grab another circle and we'll work through the kink in this straight. So playing with this before, we're going to have to go out pretty big with our circle. We're trying to follow the arc of that turn. So we're going to have to go pretty big. Maybe even a little bigger here. So that'll be our turn in here. We'll be at the apex, but you can see our track out's going to be over here, and that's not what we want. And so that's the kink that we're going to have to work through. We'll grab another circle. We'll get that going. And we're going to follow the curvature here. And I'm going to drop the curvature right where the apex seems to be. And now let's string it all together. We'll grab our line tool. And I'm actually going to go from the center of the apex there to the center of the apex and the end part of the kink. And just like before, we don't want our lines protruding outside these circles. We want to keep everything nice and tight. I'm pretty happy with that. Grab another line. I'm going to start from turn in for the uphill, and we'll come to, and we'll call that good there, and we'll finish this one out. Get to track out, and this is going to be all the way up to West Bend. This will be our turn in for the right-hander. This will be our apex. We're actually going to pick up this bigger circle here at track out, and we'll use the bigger circle to be our turn in for the kink. This will be our apex, but this is also going to be our turn in, which will get us set up for the turn in for the braking zone for the uphill. We'll turn in, apex, track out, and that'll take us all the way to West Bend. And that concludes part 2 of this demonstration.